All right, the Sports Inquirer. We are back with head coach of Georgia Tech volleyball, Michelle Collier. Our first talk of the 2022 regular season. Michelle, thank you for joining us. Before we get to the specifics, how was the offseason for you and the squad getting ready for the 2022 year?
Yeah, no, thanks for having us. It was great. It was a good off season. We got to do a international trip to Brazil, so that was nice. We spent about 2.5 weeks there, training and competing, and having some fun. So that was cool. That was a good moment for us to just compete together as a team and bond and work on some other things off the court. So it's a pretty neat opportunity. It felt like spring went really well as well. A lot of players made a lot of good development. We played some good competition, and then the team had a great summer. They did their job, working out and doing open gyms and stuff like that. So they really just prepared themselves for preseason and what's to come for the season. So really proud of the off season and the kind of the foundation that we were able to lay leading into the season.
How do you think the team handled? Yeah, such a great 2021 campaign, made it to the Elite Eight, all the high expectations, ranked in the top 10, currently you're number 5 in the country, highest ranking in several years, second highest in program history. How do you think the team has handled all those outside distractions and expectations and coming into this year?
Yeah, I feel like we're managing well. We understand that obviously what we did last year was great and definitely created some momentum for this year, but we know we have to earn what we need to this year, so it doesn't really, what happened last year doesn't really interfere in us winning or losing matches this year. So we understand that this year is us to earn and to create, a different story and just kind of get after it. So, but I feel like the team is handling well. We're learning. It's the kind of pressure, before last year we were a little bit of the underdog coming into some matches, and it'll be hard to be the underdog if we keep being ranked amongst the top 5 in the country in our next matches here. So we want to protect what we've earned so far, but we also understand that with that comes a lot more responsibility and expectations and pressure, that we're working on it together. Staff, players. We're just really learning how to manage it. And at the end of the day, we just got to go out there and play volleyball and do what we do every day in our gym. So we're really just trying to normalize that and not focus so much on the number in front of our name. We really just want to be Georgia Tech volleyball and do what we feel like has helped us along the past couple of years.
You start off the season at the Ole Miss Invitational, got 2 victories over the host Ole Miss and nationally ranked Illinois. Was that good to start on the road, to get that team camaraderie, get focused, to start the 2022 year for the Yellow Jackets?
Yeah, I think it was a big challenge off the bat for us. Ole Miss is a great team, very well coached. They were very well prepared to play us, and they pushed us, it was down to the wire at every set. So they really pushed us and exposed a lot of things that we need to work on and get better. So I think it was great. Obviously, at the time, it didn't feel so great, but it was great that we came out with a win, and it was, we were able to really kind of, come out on top on that situation. I think that showed a lot of strength of the group, which was exciting. And then to turn around the next day and really just refocus and play a very solid match against a really great team in Illinois. Was also something that we were really proud of, so yes, it was great. I think we had a great trip, so it was uneventful, and we got out of there the way that we wanted to get out of there against 2 great teams. So a great start, but obviously a lot of things that still need to work on and get better and keep pushing forward.
Yeah, and then Julia Bergmann was named the tournament MVP. She's All-America candidate for this upcoming year. And what about her and just the outsides in general, excuse me, and what you've seen from them? And then Julia, focusing on her, we'll talk about Julia first and then get to the other outsides. I know I asked a lot of questions there. But Julia, just her development this offseason, playing on the national team, or national with Brazil, And just what about her start to the year for you?
Yeah, no, she was solid. I think that, she played a big role last year, but I think this year she plays an even bigger role. And she's older, more experienced. I felt like this summer was really cool to see how much she learned and really took advantage of being in a great environment, being surrounded by some great players and great coaches, and really compete against the best in the world. I think that excited her, and it kind of showed her that the things that she was learning here has helped her, just play at that next level, get closer to her goals of continuing to play and play for the national team and play for the Olympics and play at these big time tournaments. So it was nice. We were so happy for her. We're cheering her on every match we got a chance to watch. So it was really, we were really proud of all the things that she was doing. And she's definitely has brought a lot of what she learned this summer with her, and has made her game better, has made her a better leader for our team. So I'm excited to see what she continues to do the rest of the season, and how she stays consistent and continues to take on the responsibility of being our go-to player, and knowing that people are going to prepare to stop her. That's a fun position to be in. So
I was going to ask about that because she already leads the team or tied team lead in digs, but also in serves received. Have you seen teams approach? It's only 2 matches, but have you teams approaching her differently now? Are they trying to attack her on defense to maybe not have her as be a given factor on offense?
if they are, I hope they keep that up because she's doing a good job. So if that's the game plan, we'll take it. But
Do teams do that though? Like because she's a big offensive player on the outside.
yeah, for sure.
They attack her on the serve to try to maybe get her out of the rotation or maybe with the setup.
Yeah, no, obviously with more, having to do more things, it creates more responsibility in a match. For some players, it can be a little overwhelming, but I think that she's used to it. She got served all summer when she was on the Brazilian national team at that level. So she's prepared for that kind of responsibility. But sometimes it can be a way to try to just break her rhythm in attacking and just kind of get her to do some other things. But luckily with a good pass, we have other people around her that are also putting the ball away. So opponents are going to have to pick what they want to do here. But she's not easy to break down, and I think that is, she's just mature in that position, and she knows that that's what it comes with the position. And she works really hard on her passing and her passing to attack to be able to sustain, I think, that kind of pressure during a match. So she's doing a really good job of that.
Yeah, and you got some other outsides in Bianca and then Tamara, a transfer in from Illinois State. What about that unit and some of those players and them being other offensive threats on the outside for you?
Yeah, no, I mean, we definitely have probably the most depth, and the best group of pin hitters we have had in a long time. We got Tam, we got Tally, Leah, Laura Fisher, Julia, Bianca. So it's really good. They can play on both sides of the net. They can play on the right. They can play on the left. It gives us, I think, variations of what their strengths are. Some are better blockers than others. Some are better attackers. Some can attack better out of the back row. So those are all different dynamics that we have to manage and figure out what do we need at certain matches, to help our offense and to help our defense. And so they've been great. They're working hard. They're getting better. They're, getting more and more used to hitting off our setters and consistent. So it's a good problem to have. I think that we got a lot of really good experienced players in that position.
Yeah, and how valuable is it to have veteran middles like Breland and Erin for the squad, and how big is that to have been in that crucial position on the court, 2 upperclassmen who have played a lot of volleyball for you?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's definitely they're just playing, and they're playing free. They're playing loose. They're really understanding the game and situations and making good choices. Really understanding, how important they can impact the the game offensively and defensively. So they're really just playing good volleyball, and it's been fun to see them out there just confident and doing their thing without really having to overthink too much. It's just flowing. And so it's been great to see their development and how much they mean to our program today.
Yeah, and what about your setters? You have Isabella, who we've seen play for the team, but Nicole comes back. She only played one set last year, so she's almost like a new player on the court for you, and she played a lot this past weekend. How big is that to have those two players, especially Nicole, being able to be in the rotation for you this year?
Yeah, no, definitely a privilege, to have players in that position that can step in and play at a high level. They're both very physical. So they're doing a great job. They're competing well. They're giving us opportunities. I think that Nicole is getting back into a rhythm now that she's been constantly on the court, which has been great to see. And Bella is really taking advantage of being in our system for a long time and, being ready for the opportunity as well. So it's been great. And I think Ashlyn, our other setter, has also done a good job, and she keeps growing and learning as well with those two guys. And so it's just a fun group to coach, and they work together, and I think that it's a long season, and we're going to need both of them to really make sure we're maximizing our opportunities here. So I was happy to see Nicole step in and play her first match in probably 2 years, and really do a great job. And I'm looking for her to create some consistency here and keep getting better and better. And the same for Bella, not having a great first match and being able to turn around and just have the maturity to really be able to play what she's capable of playing, and being consistent and having a great match against Illinois. So it was great. It was a great weekend. And, I'm looking forward to just the camaraderie and how we're going to keep needing, I think, all players in that position. It's like I said, we have a lot of depth in our gym, and it's exciting.
Yeah, we've mentioned so much offense. We got to mention the defense. You have Paola back as your libero. But what about the defense? And not only just her, but your middles. How do you think defensively the team is rounding into form through these first few matches of the year?
Yeah, I think they were two very different matches for us defensively. I think the first match we didn't serve so well, and they played super fast, and we didn't really adjust the way we needed to defensively. We didn't put a lot of pressure on them. But then turn around and against Illinois, I felt like we served better, we blocked better, and we defended them better. So I think that it was something that got better. Obviously, we need to get better to adjust to different systems and speed. And so that is something that's been our focus in our jam, is to just make sure that we're ready for any pace and whatever we need to do. But we're definitely more physical. We're blocking more balls. We're touching more balls on defense. Paula's doing a great job, just kind of commanding that position. And we got some other players in that position with Liz and Lauren and Kara that are, just doing a good job creating some good, I think, challenge for our hitters during practice and things like that. So it's been good to see, just that position grow and develop as well.
When you go into a regular season, do you feel what develops faster, the offensive end or the defensive end for or is every season different? Does it depends on who's returning on a roster? What develops or takes a longer time to get in continuity when the regular season starts?
Yeah, no, I think it depends. I think for us, offense will take a little longer just because, those are two new setters that are working with these hitters. And obviously they've been in the program, but they're, as they get into their roles, they're developing to that role. So I think that is an adjustment that I think we're making as a team. And also we just have different strengths, right? We don't have Amari, on our side of the court. So we have to figure out other ways to score points. Our middles are more mature, so we can do higher level things with them this year. So those are all things that are different from last year offensively. And then defensively, I think we're a little more similar. I think we're better because we're bigger. Like I said, we're blocking more balls. And I think Julia and Bianca are doing a great job back there with Paola, of just really holding down and touching tons of balls. So that stuff stayed a little bit consistent to what it was last year. But I think in the front, at the front of the net, with our blocking, I think that we're better. So I think that we're in a good position defensively. Obviously, we'll continue to work and get better. But I think our offense is something that still needs to continue to develop a little bit more.
Yeah, and then lastly, you're hosting a invitational or an event this weekend, 3 matches, starting with Dayton. First of all, how excited is the team and yourself to be back at Georgia Tech on the flats to play a match? And just from Dayton, what do you see from them, and what challenges they present to you to open up these weekend matches?
Yeah, no, I mean, definitely we're very excited to be back at O'Keefe, to be back in front of our fans. I think this is a one-of-a-kind environment, and definitely very privileged to have the opportunity to compete here. So we're excited. We're hoping to make the most out of it. We got some, 3 great teams coming in this weekend, starting with Dayton, and then Dayton is just a team that they're used to winning championships. They've gone to the tournament the past several years. They win the A10 a lot. They had, I think their middle was the player of the week for that conference, and just they played Cincinnati and Florida State really well last weekend. So just a team that's gonna give us some challenges. I think they're definitely very confident. They got a good offense. They got a lot of players. They're physical. So it'll be cool to see how we respond. I think that we know that we're gonna get their best match. They were very well coached, and like I said, used to winning. So I don't expect a team that's going to be intimidated to players, and it's really going to get after it. So we have to be ready for their best and make sure that we're competing at the highest level as well. So it's exciting. We're definitely looking forward to a full house here, and a great match and some other great matches through the weekend. So that's it.
And Arizona State and FIU also. What about this non-conference or preseason, but regular non-ACC portion of the schedule? I mean, you're facing a really competitive teams, nationally ranked teams. How do you feel that'll help you get ready for ACC play and beyond?
Yeah, no, I mean, our goal was to put together a good out-of-conference schedule. We feel like that was something that last year really helped us with RPI and things like that. And so we really had to, go big or go home kind of thing. We wanted to get after it, be challenged early, make sure that that our opponents exposed things from us so we could keep getting better, and then seeing how well we could do with the challenging schedule here, and then get ourselves ready for conference play. So I think that's pretty similar to what we'll see in conference. We got a really tough conference schedule because we play a couple of Louisville and Pitt, I think twice this year, and again. So, it's just always a tough schedule with our conference. Our conference is getting better and better. So a lot of really great teams and coaches in our conference, and I think that we have to put ourselves in that situation before we get to conference, so that when we get to conference, we might already been exposed to a lot of the things that could happen in conference, and we have better response to it by the time that we get in conference.
All right, Michelle, we appreciate the time. Thank you for joining us, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.